Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Steve Loper and Josh Johnson again with episode 10 of the Heavy Hitter Podcast. Tonight, we're going to be talking about hashtag end a relationship in 4 words. That is trending on Twitter today. A quick story about an Apple episode that happened today and getting the kids to bed. Oh, the Savage up in Minnesota tonight's in a battle, and we're going to talk them through it. We're going to talk them down. Josh, how's it going, buddy?
Don't you know, Lopercon, up here in the Midwest, by the looks of him, he must have been a big fella.
I couldn't get to sleep tonight.
What's going on, you big dog? You having a good day or what?
Yeah, you know, it was freaking packed, man. It's packed. Like I told you, kindergarten orientation. Well, that was a surprise to you. It was a surprise to me too, to be honest with you. Luckily, I was here and available to make it. Then swim team with my 7-year-old, and then the wife drops off the other one 15 minutes after my 7-year-old gets done. So she's got swim team. Then my oldest one has to go to dance for picture night. Then she has to come home and change, get her hair done, change her outfit, and go back to dance. I got to get home, get the kids to bed. You know, luckily they don't have school tomorrow. The teachers are striking here in North Carolina, so they've closed down school in at least Wake County. So they get to stay up a little bit late. So that kind of helped the situation. But I mean, it was like dinner at like 5, like maybe like 4:50. It's just
wow, dude. Hashtag dad life.
Battle's real, bro.
The battle's real.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up? So teachers are striking. Obviously, we didn't make an impact with our podcast last week, the teacher appreciation.
No, I mean, we've supported them. That's all we can do.
All we can do. We can't.
No.
It's not like I can cut the check from Minnesota, but they definitely they need some better pay, some benefits, dude.
They do.
You know.
But you know,
what do you do?
Yeah, we'll figure out a way to support them somehow.
Let's do it.
Let's figure out a way to do something nice for these teachers somehow.
I like it, dude. Heavy hitters love teachers.
Yeah. Who don't we love though? You know.
Yeah. You know what? I went to a final walkthrough today in Monticello. Just really quick. There's a listing agent. He's just turned 70 years old. He was a coach. I think Lopercon might have a special soft spot in his heart for him. And the wife surprised him on his 70th birthday with a bunch of letters and cards from his old players, high school players.
Oh, sweet.
Just do this. Guy's face just lit up. He's like 150 like letters. And but anyways, at the final walkthrough, he's wearing a Marines hat. And I just said, you know what? Thank you so much for your service. I just think that stuff is just so important, dude. Like, you know, your appreciation for, you know, military people and teachers and all that kind of stuff. Just,
yeah.
You know, it's sometimes it seems like just words or it seems hollow, but you know, if it's sincere, it's
that's all you can do.
Right.
I saw this. I grew up with my grandma living in our house, and she was 100% blind when she was like 25, and so she grew up with me, like, you know, until I was. She died shortly after college, but she was there my whole life, and she was 100% blind, like never could see me. She used to like me to read to her, and she used to like touch me and see how, you know, how tall I was and rub on my face, sort of get an idea of what I look like and stuff. But
did you have a beard then too?
No, I was a youngster. You know, I didn't really have I had like a goatee and maybe some sideburns back in college, you know.
I thought maybe, that was back in college?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were like 12 and just had a thick beard.
But what the hell was the story I was going to tell you about?
I'm sorry, dude.
What the hell kind of story was that? I was going to tell you something. What were you just talking about?
Well, you were talking about your grandma and how you'd read to her, and
yeah. But what were you talking about before that? I got it off track there. Sorry,
just
listeners.
Just they already hit cancel. We were talking about appreciation and just like.
Oh yeah, there you go. Brought me right back to it. But we were in Myrtle Beach at a golf trip a while back, and we were eating breakfast at one of those, you know, pancake houses that, you know, you just see around beachy towns and stuff like that. And there was this old man there. He was blind, and he had like his service dog with him. And I walked over and got to talk to him. And you don't see many blind people on a, you know, regular basis, like strolling around where you get to sit and talk to him. But I have a soft spot in my heart for blind folks. And I went over and got to talk to him, and his wife was so appreciative because she was telling me that, you know, it was really special of me to stop by and say hello, because a lot of people are standoffish and maybe don't understand. But growing up with having a grandma visually impaired like that is, that's whenever I have donations. Like if I win something, I win a poker tournament or something along those lines that we put together in the neighborhood, and you get to pick who the donation goes to. I pick for like the school of the blind and stuff like that.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
that's a good story right there. That wasn't even scripted. See, I don't think people realize like that was just like off the cuff right there, dude. That was just a special story. I like it.
Yeah, a little quick memory, man. It's fun. Hey, so let's get on topic. All right. We told everybody what we're going to talk about. We haven't talked about any of it yet. And we're going to keep this short and sweet for you guys tonight. We're going to try to stay under an hour.
Under an hour?
I tried to do the awkward signs there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, damn it.
Under 15 minutes, but we're probably already pushing 10.
Yeah. So here we go. Shit. Trending on Twitter tonight, there was a number of topics. I looked at like the top 10, but I thought the funnest one would be is end a relationship in 4 words. Hashtag end a relationship in 4 words. And I'm going to hit the refresh button here on Twitter just to read maybe the first 5 that I see. If they're
clean.
Well, I'm just going to go for it.
Okay.
All right. The first one. Is it in yet? This is how we're gonna start. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
All right. Podcast explicit.
Let me see. These are all actually inappropriate. Let's go see Nickelback. Let's go see Nickelback. Okay, that's good. That'll end it.
Nickelback.
If you sing a song, I could probably sing all the words, but I have no idea what they sing. Couldn't tell you a single word.
Oh, you are putting me on the spot, dude. Nickelback. Is that like, look at that photograph, the one that makes me laugh? Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah. I've kind of picked up on the...
Yeah, how about, she's a bad, bad girlfriend. She's a bad... I don't know, dude. It's been a long time.
I know the photograph song that you said. Look at that photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Yeah. They had some song about what was it, like some kind of party. Dang it. Okay, anyways, let's roll.
Some asshole here put, I bought some Crocs. I love Crocs, man.
Dude, I love Crocs too. Oh, I thought I was wearing them right now. I've got camel Crocs. What a dick.
Yeah, I love there's a I cheated on you.
Are you cheating on me?
They found me guilty.
You're on another podcast, aren't you? It probably has better views.
Oh, this is what you said. Somebody said, I screwed your sister.
I did not say that.
Can you come up with one off the top of your head without cheating?
In 4 words.
Yep, 4 words.
A breakup. When I first saw that, I was thinking like it had to be between like a spouse or, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your sexual orientation is. But I mean, I suppose you could break up with, your supplier. You could break up with your company owner.
This is end a relationship. So I guess a relationship doesn't have to be. Yeah. I see where you're going.
Steve, your podcast sucks. Is that 4 words?
Oh, this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for the Heavy Hitter Podcast.
That was it.
10 episodes before the real Josh Johnson showed up.
Never get in the ninth, and I'm never gonna win.
All right, this is how you ruin a podcast
in 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 seconds.
Anyways, yeah, dude, I love that treading on Twitter though. I don't know if the folks appreciate that. I would love to know if we could get some feedback.
Well, I think if it's trending on Twitter, there's that many people talking about it, then the majority of the people that are probably interested in it. So that's why we're talking about it.
That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, because we're right now in this point in our podcasting careers, we're just trying to reach folks. And if this is what they're interested in, we're going to go for it. We're still developing that niche.
And if you're not on Twitter, get a Twitter handle.
Or don't, and just listen to the podcast. We'll give you what's trending.
Exactly. Yeah. What's up next, bro?
What's it? You never came up with your, or you did come up with your own, did you?
I did. I was totally joking. I think your podcast, like you are the podcast. Like you got that
No,
radio voice. What
it's
was your
you.
Apple story though? Are you talking about like a MacBook Apple, or you're
Oh,
talking
no,
about
no,
like?
no, no. We got home from swim practice tonight. We got home from swim practice, and of course, like I have to give the kids to bed or give them a bath and get them to bed, right?
No,
But
this
when we
is a
come
good.
home, "But Daddy, can I have a banana? Ah, your mom would let us have a banana. So I'm like, all right, yeah, you can have one, you know. So I finally get my phone charged because it's been dead for like 4 hours or 3 hours.
Here
Yeah,
you
so
go,
I get it charged up, so I'm able to look at my phone for a little bit. Yeah, eat a banana. Dad, can we have an apple instead? That's me doing my son's voice. Yeah, you can have an apple, man. You want me to cut it up? Yeah. And do you want me to cut yours up? No. After I cut Ari's up, he walks over and says, I got 20 pieces. Dad, I already bit mine. Can you cut it up? Son of a gun, man. Yes, I'll cut it up. So I cut up her apple. So next thing you know, we're just sitting around, we're having, just letting them eat their apple, and no big deal. And the other day I had to give him the Heimlich. We were eating, I had cooked some baby back ribs, and he was like, so I had to, are you okay? Are you okay? And he wasn't giving me any signs. So I did the Heimlich, and sure enough,
Oh, scary.
Yeah, scary. But I got a big old chunk out of him, and saved his life. That was me.
Oh my gosh.
But tonight he was eating his apple, and I had it cut up and everything, and he's a big boy. He's almost 8 years old. He ain't got no teeth though. I think that's what's bothering him. But he started going, he sneezed once, he sneezed twice, and he's like, Daddy, something's not right. And I was like, he was like, I need water. So I take him over to the sink, and I'm like gonna pick him up, thinking he's gonna throw up or something. He's like, no. He grabs a glass of water, he starts drinking it. And then he sneezes, and he's sneezing so close to the sink that I'm thinking he's about to hit his nose on the sink. So I'm like covering the sink because I don't want to break his nose freaking sneezing into the sink, right?
Right.
And so he sneezes once or twice more, and I give him a paper towel. I'm like, dude, sneeze in the paper towel. So he sneezes in the paper towel, and he pulls up the paper towel, and sure enough, a damn apple
sauce.
Yeah. No, it's like a piece of an apple with the red on it shows up in his napkin. And I didn't know what he was going to do. So I just started laughing. And he just looked at me, and he busts out laughing. And, he shows Indy, and Indy's, well, it was hilarious. And I got a little piece of it I snapped it. So, I saved the Snapchat to my phone. So I'll be able to post that later, but it's,
oh my gosh, that's good, dude.
It was weird. It was a chunk of an apple. It wasn't like, a little applesauce rolled out. It was an apple chunk.
Oh, dude, like that makes my nose tingle right now just thinking of that.
Yeah, I've had stuff caught up in that general vicinity, but I don't ever think I've had an actual like chunk just blow out.
I've blown up pumpkin pie before, dude. I swallowed pumpkin pie wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that wasn't pretty, and it did not feel good. So I guess my question of the day is, I'm just gonna go there. Like, what have you blown out of your nose that shouldn't have been there?
I'd like to hear some responses. I would like to. Remember, we were talking about this last night. Your question of the day is our first question of the day that we've ever asked, and what we are trying to do right now is get one response.
Just one. And I think the first response is going to get a special prize.
Special prize, huh?
maybe some tater tot hot dish. For all you North Kakalaki that don't know what a tater tot hot dish is, you're missing out.
I might send somebody like a bottle of my favorite barbecue sauce or something like that.
And a tongue scraper.
Tongue scrapers for free. If anybody actually wants a tongue scraper at this point, I'm going to give the first 25 people that say, Steve, I want a tongue scraper. If they contact me in any way, shape, or form and say, Steve, I want a tongue scraper, all you have to do is message me your name, your email address, your mailing address, and I will send you one 100% free. I will pay for shipping. If you haven't used a tongue scraper yet, you're losing out. Your breath is stanky, your tongue is dirty, and you don't know what you're missing.
Get that bacteria off there. Hashtag Steve, I want a tongue scraper. Steve, thetonguescraperking.com.
Yeah.
Cool, bro. Dude, that was a good story. I can't be the only one that found that funny. I mean, I know you found it funny because you were there.
It's hilarious.
Dude, that's a hilarious story. I think a lot of people would agree.
You really got to see the kid laughing. That's what really did it. His laugh was infectious, and he looks at you, and he doesn't have any front teeth and he's missing 2 on his bottom.
That's awesome, dude. He looks like little kids laughing is just like so funny, dude. Just funny.
I would
Awesome, bro.
I would show it to you on here, but I don't know how I don't know
Dude,
how it would work.
that would be some good content, though.
Maybe I'll use that into the video or something like that.
That'd be awesome. So we talked about our trending Twitter. We talked a little Apple story.
Getting the kids to bed, man.
Getting the kids to bed, which was kind of a lead-in, right? Getting the kids to bed. A little dad vice, a little section of dad vice, dad influence that comes up. And by all means, like, I don't ever want to pretend that I'm some kind of like dad expert, and I know Steve doesn't feel that way either, but I think what we can supply is like a way of doing it, and I think we kind of have two different ways of doing it, and you just pick. You probably have, if you're listening to it, you probably have a third way of doing it, and who the hell knows which way is right. You know, my biggest deal is like, and I think Steve would agree, is like, just do you, bro. Like, you know,
I'm gonna disagree.
Well, there's just so many parents that I think knock each other's parenting, like, oh, like so and so's a helicopter parent, or oh, so and so, blah blah blah. It's like,
I'm one of those.
Dude, just stay in your own lane, dog.
I'm one of those, man. I'm always hating on parents.
All right. Well, I mean,
I think parents make shit too hard sometimes, man.
I think you're probably right, bro.
Like, you're probably right. I don't know, and that's because I've been trained by my wife who don't mess around, you know, and by her not messing around, it has made it that much easier.
Yeah.
So now I see other people just, you know, just making things harder than they need to be. I'm kind of just like, oh man, they need my wife in their life.
They need my wife in your life.
Yep. I tell her she needs to do a podcast. She needs to create some kind of organizational like vlog or something. Like she needs to write a book. Like, because I brag about it, man, but girls on it.
That's awesome, bro. Well, you know, but I think also too is, and she probably has this down, is I think you got to play the kid a little bit too, you know, like maybe not parenting. I mean, you can't like bend the rules for a kid. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I would just imagine like you have 3 wonderful different kids, and you know, you're not going to, I guess I've heard Gary talk about this, and I hate bringing Gary into our podcast actually, I love it, Gary. I love it if you're listening. I really do, because he's provided a lot of value. But I think you got to play it. Like, you might have one kid that is like super smart academically, and you might have another kid that's just like maybe going to be business savvy, the one that runs the lemonade stand. And you might have one that's going to be the sports star. Like, why just like love them for who they are? You know what I mean? Like, just because one gets C's and the other one gets A's, like, I don't think that means shit, man, bro.
Yeah, let them be individuals.
Right.
What kind of battle do you have tonight? We're talking about getting the kids to bed. Are you?
Yeah.
Was that a topic you brought up because you had a issue tonight? You said the wife's maybe out of town, so it's all on you. Like, did you go through the normal steps and procedures? Sum it up for us right quick.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just doing a lot with the wife out of town, and I feel like I dominated the day, bro. Really did it. You know, I even down to like, okay, like not only were like the teeth brushed today, because I'll be honest, like the teeth don't always get brushed in the morning because we're running behind, and that's nasty. I know. I can't believe I just admitted that on the podcast.
Yeah.
But teeth were brushed.
Hear that.
I know. Teeth were brushed. Sunscreen was put on because it was a beautiful day in Minneapolis, 75 degrees. Remembered to, so it's Taco Tuesday, picked up all the taco stuff, had a final walkthrough in Monticello, coordinated having my mom come over to make tacos at 5 o'clock. So when I got the boys home at 5:30, they could eat quick, and then my oldest son could go to swimming. You know, bath time, remember to get diapers and wipes for, you know, whatever. Just killed it today, bro. Got an offer accepted on a new property at a very tough purchase. So got him to bed at 9 o'clock, and I had to do an amendment for this purchase agreement. You know, I'm still working this deal. And he comes out crying, you know, I miss mommy. And, you know, I mean, have a heart, brother. Like a 4-year-old coming out, misses mom. Like, you know, that's a real deal. Like, I think it's kind of like in sales. There's conditions and there's objections, right? Like, objections are a bunch of bullshit, but conditions are like a real thing. And I can't think of a condition off the top of my head, but You know, it's so I just
Well, what'd you do whenever
so when he came
kid
out,
walked out and said, "Dad, I miss mommy." 4-year-old kid.
um, I I was like, I
What was
know,
your
buddy.
response?
I was like, I'm trying to remember now. I was like, I was very empathetic. I said, you know, I know, buddy. I know you miss her. And I know it's tough, but we're doing all right. I don't know if I said we're doing all right, but the next words out of his mouth, and I know this for sure, was, "I want to send her some emojis." And I was like, all right, fine. Send her some emojis while I work on this amendment and kick it off, you know, to the buyer and the agent or whatever. And so he sent her, you know, a bunch of hearts and all that kind of stuff. And within a couple minutes, you know, he wanted to be carried to bed, and now he's out. You know what I mean? And
So it wasn't a long drawn out process tonight.
no, it wasn't. But you know, bedtime is, we kind of have a, you know, a hard bedtime or a goal of 9 o'clock, and this was like 9:15, 9:20. And I imagine there are probably some parents like you and your wife that are like, you know, go back to bed. And I get it, dude. Like that.
I get it. A lot of the time I am like, dude, we're not even gonna play this game. Back in bed. And even when they're 4, you know, maybe I wasn't that hard, but hey, mommy called, said she loves you. Time to go back to bed. Mommy wouldn't be happy if you're still awake. Let's go back to bed. You know, that type of stuff. But what you're explaining, that's there's nothing wrong with that. And I think
Yeah.
we are a little bit more uh straightforward with the get your butt to bed tactic and don't really give in to that stuff. But I do have a soft spot a lot of the time where if my son gets out of bed randomly and says he misses his mom and he wanted to send emojis, yeah, we could do that, kid. You know, like snuggle with my boy a little bit and, you know, send off some emojis. That's not an issue.
Right. Because,
you're doing just fine over there.
you know, be, I mean, there's always what do they say? Like more than one way to crack a nut. But I just imagine at the end of the day, and I always try to like remind myself that, you know, when they're 18 or when they're 20, like you're going to wish that you had this time back. So it's just like, you know what, like sometimes I can be impatient, and sometimes I, you know, can maybe, I just need to bring it down a little bit. And you know what, I think as parents, we're all going to miss this time when they're younger, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. Is it really going to hurt that they stayed up an extra 5 minutes? I mean,
No.
I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe Gary's parents, Tasha and Tamara, or Sasha and Tamara, they were like, "No, boy, you get your ass in bed. We got to work at the wine store tomorrow." I don't know.
Yeah, there ain't no telling. And my daughter tonight, she, you know, my kids don't have school tomorrow, so immediately on Friday or Saturday night, if they don't have school the next day, we let them stay up. You know, pretty much stay up till you fall asleep. But they're gonna fall asleep at 10, so it's not like it's 10:30. It's not a big deal, especially if they don't have school the next day. And they don't have school tomorrow, so my daughter automatically assumed that she was gonna be able to stay up. But for no particular reason, my wife was like, "Nope, you can't stay up tomorrow. We don't need to get into that habit." And I'm like, "They don't have school, you know, well, what's it gonna hurt?" You know, that's what I'm thinking. And then something happened earlier, and mom took away that, you know, you're going to bed at 8. You're going to bed at 8, you know? And then the soft part of me comes out, and I'm like, girl, you know, and my daughter was crying. She's upset. She wanted to stay up. It's not fair. You know, I wanted to watch Fuller House. I don't get to stay up late during the week like this often. And so I just started looking at her. I'm like, girl, calm down. Wipe those tears away. You know, and then mom's not really paying attention. I'm like, clean up the table, you know, clean off the table. I'm giving her like hand signals.
Right.
Like, let's start working it, because you know, even though she's already put down the you're going to bed at 8, we can work on this. You listen to your daddy, we can get this right. So clean out the table, you know, and she does that. She says, you know, out loud, you know, she was sorry for acting that way, and then she offered to do something else. You know, she just, you know, changed that because she was upset and crying and, you know, just doing that whole thing. And you're never going to win anybody over if you keep that up.
Right.
So I had to, you know, turn on my dad vibes and, you know, rub off some of that good juju on her.
Yeah.
Tell her how to get what she needs, man. You're not going to get it acting like that.
For sure, bro.
Now she's down there watching TV still. or she's probably passed out on the couch, but it's 11, 12 here on the East Coast.
Jeez, dude. Well, and see, I think that's the other thing too, dude, that is kind of hard that I think about is, I love the like you said, you're not going to get it by crime, but I love the tenacity of young kids. And somewhere along, I guess, and I appreciate this more because I'm, in sales, and a lot of people hate hearing no and they hate rejection, but I love little kids, man, in the way that they just keep, asking, and they go for it, and they, no, can I have that candy? No, no, can I have this? Can I, And yes, I think there's a way to be polite and disrespectful. There's a time and place for all that. But I just think so many times as adults, we hit an obstacle, we hear no, and we stop. And we just sometimes need that kid mentality to just to bust through. You know what I mean? Like I love that tenacity, dude.
Have you seen the video of the little kid talking to Linda?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh man, I'll send you that link. But he's asking if he can have something. He's in the kitchen somewhere. It's a YouTube video or a Facebook video I've seen, and they're like, no, you can't have it. And he's like, he doesn't take no for an answer. And he's like a little 5-year-old kid, but he's like a big kid, and you can tell he's learned his arguing skills from some parent or somebody that's influenced him. And he says, Linda, wait, Linda, all I was asking is if I could do. No, you can't do that. Linda, stop. Linda, all I was asking is if, and he was calling her by her first name, said Linda, and getting her attention. He was a crazy little kid, man. It was an awesome clip.
I love it, dude. That's cool.
It's called Listen, Linda, I think. I'll text it to you.
He's in the kitchen whipping like it's stir fry. In the kitchen brisk whipping like it's stir fry. You know that, right? In the kitchen brisk ripping like it's stir fry.
It's some rap song or something like that.
Why? I know you're going to see your boy Aubrey in the Migos.
I've never heard of that. I don't even know who that is.
Drake and the Migos.
Don't know.
Your boy Drake from Toronto. That's right. I forgot. That's why I got to hit you with that Darius Rucker. Dude. Well, are we like an hour into it? I mean,
I don't even know how to tell. We need to get better at this. Yeah. But I mean, I guess we could go ahead and wrap it up because it is 11:15 my time. It is a Tuesday night.
It is. We have club going up on Tuesday.
Wednesday Wisdom is going to be real tomorrow. If I can get the Savage to get on to Mike tomorrow, we are going to be back. We are going to be live. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can join us live on YouTube. If you follow at Lopercon or make these podcasts, these are 100% live and they're interactive. You could actually go into the chat room here and you can chat and get involved in the conversation if you want. This is 100% active. Any and everybody's invited. I don't know if we've ever had a viewer, but again, that first viewer that we get into the chat chain is going to get that free bottle of barbecue sauce. It's going to get that special surprise from the Savage and is going to get a free tongue scraper.
Dude, that sounds like a hell of a deal.
I mean, all we're asking,
dude,
and what more can we do?
And if you're in the chat, send your email, and Big Lopercon will send you the link, and you might as well hop on here and tell us about your story. I mean, you got to have a cool story, either what you're up to in life, what you do for work.
We can totally get some links in here, and I can totally add you guys to the Google Hangout, to the podcast. Don't have an idea who you are or what we're getting ourselves into, but we'll go live and just go for it. We'll try it once.
Heavy hitters, sucker.
Yeah. Well, guys, we appreciate a great show tonight. Josh, thanks for your time tonight, man. Again, this is the Heavy Hitter Podcast. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Anchor. You can find us on Pocket Cast. I think we're on like 5 or 6 different websites. SoundCloud is kind of iffy. We don't have that totally figured out and streamlined yet. But look for clips on Facebook, on Twitter, from Josh, myself, on Instagram. We are trying to promote the heck out of this. If you enjoy the podcast, tell a friend to listen to it. Text somebody the link. Text somebody the link in Facebook. Just help us spread the word. That is the way we are paid today. We are paid by the number of views that we get, any feedback that we get, and just somebody walking by and saying, "Hey, Steve, I listened to your podcast earlier." I'm like, "Fucking really? Yeah. Do you realize you just made my day by saying that?" Like,
I thought Josh and I were just
like
talking.
Dude, I was looking for my Sharpie. I was about to sign his shirt or something like that. Yeah.
With that Braves head on, you're like Chipper Jones.
Yep.
So in episode 10 of the Heavy Hit, this is the Messy.
Yeah.
I don't watch soccer. The Messy.
Yeah.
It's the Messy podcast. Episode 10, Heavy Hitters. We out. Thanks for listening.
That's it.